Welcome back to the Mr. Showtime podcast. In this video, we're going to be talking about Meghan Markle and her wife, Prince Harry, crying about, the whole race baiting thingy about their marriage and them calling the royal monarch, the R word. I don't like these portrayals by people of color, such as one Meghan Markle, crying about the R word, right? Listen, it's kind of bad enough that people who tend to share my skin complexion are known to be race hustlers and to be race baiting and crying about racism on the mainstream media. It really annoys me because it has tarnished our ethnic image past the point of no return. Now, Meghan Markle herself is mixed. She's biracial. Her father's white, her mother's black. Meghan Markle would classify more as being white than she is black. But, according to, westernized rules and regulations and laws, one drop of blood of black blood makes you black. You can be 99.9% white, but that 0.01% blood of black, that DNA of black, makes you black, which is like, wow. Meanwhile, other celebrities like Olivia Munn is half and half Asian, half white, but she is white passing. She's allowed to call herself white. But that's a different story. I digress. The point here is I don't like how black folks are known in the mainstream media to be, crying about racism and whatnot. It really annoys me. I don't like how, because I don't like how black folks are constantly and so desperately in need to be desired by white folks. I mean, if Meghan Markle is crying about the royal family not accepting her child because of the color of his skin and how dark he is, oh, what does a child gonna look like? Who cares? Why is it so important that, and it's people of color who cry about this the most. Why is it so important that white folks are accepting of black folks, either in a relationship or where a black person marries into a white family, the first thing that in black folks' minds is, oh, will they accept me because I'm black? Who cares? I mean, this is not just a interracial thingy, it's also an intra-racial thingy. When a black person marries into a black family, and the father of the supposed bride may not like the potential husband, the soon-to-be husband, for whatever reason. Who cares? So long as the both of you really want to make it happen. Fathers tend not to like soon-to-be sons-in-laws anyway, regardless of what culture. That tends to be the case. But why do black folks are so heavily, so desperate for white people to say, oh, come here, black folk, oh, we love you now, big hugs. So for example, if you look at schools, black folks tend to take their kids, since a lot of black parents are lousy parents and terrible, dysfunctional parents. They bear children and then they throw them away at these white schools, and they give them to the white teachers and say, yeah, here's my baggage, raise my kids. Because if I raise them myself, they end up being criminals, thugs, dope dealers, and single mothers. So here you go, Mr. White Man, here you go, white teachers, take my child and make them a better person. Black people suffer from Stockholm syndrome. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's basically a victim falling in love with their capturer or their oppressor or their slave owner, whatever. Stockholm syndrome. Look up the definition. Black people suffer from a severe degree of Stockholm syndrome because of traumatic events that have happened, centuries ago. It's funny how black folks, with everything else in life, black folks look up to white people like, oh, you're the best. Oh, you created inventions and technologies, and you've shaped the modern world we live in. Right? With schools, they prefer to take their kids from black schools to white schools. For example, with my parents, they took me to white schools, and I asked them, okay, whenever you have a political debate with me and my parents, they'll say, the white man is racist. White people are racist. And I'm like, okay, if white people are racist, then why are you living amongst them? Why do you live in white neighborhoods? If white people are supposedly so bad, then why do you live in white neighborhoods? Why did you move from the hood or from predominantly black neighborhoods to white neighborhoods? Why? Why did you put me in a white school? You know what answer I get? Crickets. A bunch of mumbling and shuffling. Because it's not that they don't know the answer to the question. They know the answer to the question, but they don't want to answer it. They're like, oh, well, we're free to move wherever. Yes, I get it. I know, but why? If white people are supposedly so bad and racist, then why do you want to live amongst people that you deem as bad and racist? Why? Why do you want to take your kids and have them follow white leaderships, the same type of leaderships you call white racists and white supremacists? Why? But when it comes politically, you hear black folks shuffling. The white man is racist. Donald Trump is racist. This is... So in every other avenue in life, you have no problem having white people lead you. You have no problem there. But when it comes politically, oh no, that's just a bridge too far. Here in South Africa, if I tell black folks, listen, the ANC hasn't been doing nothing for the past 26 years. So how about voting for the DA? Oh, Mr. Shaw, you're an Uncle Tom, you're a sellout. I'm like, wow. This is this is one of the most fascinating things about black people that just really blows my mind. Like really to the max. So in every other avenue, you want to live amongst white people. You wanna take your kids amongst white people, because by black people's own words, white schools are better. I've never once said that. It's them saying that. It's black folks saying that. It's our parents who say that. Because, to be honest, I understand why they say that. Because usually in white schools, you don't just get the education from 8 to 2 o'clock. You get extracurricular activities such as sport, cultural events like choir, brass band, and other sporting activities and other fundraising activities, aside from the educational element. Whereas with predominantly black schools in the rural areas, it's just come to school, go home. The teachers hardly invest any monies into renovating the schools. You see, the high school I went to, my high school, every 3 years they build something extra. They raise the school fees, they set a budget plan, and they build something extra. They renovate, they paint, they repaint the building, they reshape the building. They reshape the offices, everything. They're always renovating something. But the schools that were taken over by, let's say, people of color have been the same since the 1800s. because black folks, they don't have that type of mentality. No, we just come to school, just do your work and then go home, which is not a bad thing. But if you wanna have your school be renowned, at a prestigious level, you have to, keep up with the times. So, for example, Samsung, right? Not just Samsung in general, but well, yes. Let's take for example Samsung and Apple. They're always competing amongst each other. So they're always trying to figure out what product, what service can you offer one up the other competitors. So remember back in the day, we used to have simple phones, right? The Nokia 3310. And then phones went from normal black and white screen phones, right? The 16-bit resolution phones to flip phones, to the colorful screen. And then it went from flip phones, remember the phones that flip, Motorola? And then it went from the phones that slide. And then it went from phones that are semi-touch screen but still with the buttons. And then it went from phones with buttons to phones with no buttons at all. And then it went from to phones, the touch screen. It went from complete touch screens with no buttons at all. And now, now we're gonna have like holographic phones and like little chips on our wrist that just you see a hologram, and then we have the whole Samsung. It's like constant innovation, constant change to keep one step above your competitors. But black people don't have that same mindset. Black folks, whatever they know is what they know, and that's the only thing they'll ever know. Clinging on to old school traditional values, which half of them are things that are dysfunctional. I know black folks are offended. Oh, how could you say that? Well, yeah, exactly. That's why you're offended, because your mind is, how can I say, narrow, right? And then someone else comes in the black community, they offer a new idea, a new frame of thought. What do? He gets killed, he gets shamed, he gets ostracized. You're Uncle Tom, coon sellouts, what you want to be, whatever. Sad. Absolutely sad. And then black folks have this mentality, oh, you should just love me for who I am. Peasant-minded thinking. But anyway, coming back to Meghan Markle thingy, like, I don't, listen, disclaimer to the world, people like Meghan Markle have tarnished the black ethnic image to the T. I just want the world to know this. Not all of us think like that. Okay? The only reason why black folks tend to, I'd say about half of us tends to have that sort of victimized mentality is because black folks have, like, our minds are very narrow, and it's like monkey see, monkey do. We see and we mimic. These portrayals are being done on purpose on the mainstream media. It's social engineering, it's conditioning. They want the powers that be, they want black folks to think like peasants. And, you look at a lot of black shows, Love and Hip Hop, black women tend to act like that, fighting, pulling each other's weaves, yelling, shouting, that ratchetness. It's sad. And because black folks, they don't know how to think for themselves, they see and they mimic that type of lifestyle. They think that's what black means. It's really sad and disgusting. Black folks, like, in America, black Americans, they vote for the Democrats at a 90% rate. Not even the transgenders do that. Not even the LGBTQ community does that. But with black folks, it's dark and grim up here. Between the ears, it's full of cobwebs. But listen, we in the black community, we hereby condemn the actions of Meghan Markle, We don't care whether the royal family is racist and they don't want to accept black blood in their family, whatever. You don't see white folks wanting to marry into a black family and them worrying about whether or not they accept. They don't care. It's like whatever. But black folks, why do you want to be accepted by white people so much? Why? You don't see white people doing that to you. You know why? Because they don't need you. But you black folks, you need them to survive. Because black folks, you refuse to build your own industries. You refuse to build your own businesses. As soon as someone does, you burn the business down out of spite and jealousy. That's why the black race will always be at the bottom of the pecking order, socioeconomically and perceptively. This is why black folks will always be at the bottom because you refuse to build your own utopias. Without white folks, black people are lost. But anyway, man, that's all I have to say for now. Thanks for watching, Jules. Oh yes, I went there. I totally went there.